Welcome students. In this first module of chapter number 3, Chemical Reactions and Equations, we will learn chemical reactions, physical and chemical changes, chemical equations and laws of conservation of mass. In earlier standards, we have seen how compounds are formed by chemical combination of elements. We have also learned that the driving force behind the formation of a chemical bond is to attain an electronic configuration with a complete octet. The atoms attain a complete octet by giving, taking or sharing of electrons with each other. For example, you have learned formation of sodium chloride in standard 9. Atomic number of sodium is 11. Its electronic configuration is 281. Sodium is in excess of 1 electron to attain octet configuration. Atomic number of chlorine is 17. Its electronic configuration is 287. Chlorine has shortage of 1 electron to get octet in its valence shell. Therefore, sodium atom loses 1 electron and forms a cation Na+. Chlorine gains 1 electron that was lost by sodium atom and forms an anion Cl-. These oppositely charged ions Na+ and Cl- get attracted towards each other and form the compound sodium chloride. In this way, an ionic bond is formed due to the transfer of electrons. Some of the scientists of the 18th and 19th century carried out fundamental experiments on chemical reactions. They proved from their experiments that during chemical reactions, composition of the matter changes and that change remains permanent. On the contrary, in some cases, only the state of matter changes and this change is often temporary. Let us learn about such temporary changes, which is also called as physical change. Change in the physical properties of a substance is known as physical change. Physical properties of a substance include color, size, shape, state, temperature, appearance, and many more. A physical change is a type of change in which the form of matter is changes but its chemical composition remains same. In physical change, one substance is not transformed into another and no chemical reaction occurs. Physical changes do not lead to the formation of new substance. For example, ice is transformed into water on heating and water is transformed into ice on cooling. Here, chemical properties of ice and water are same, only there is change in their physical state. That is, state changes from solid to liquid and from liquid to solid. No new substance is formed and no chemical reaction occurs. During the melting of ice and freezing of water, physical change may be reversible or irreversible. In reversible physical change, a final substance can be converted back to the original substance without creating any new material. In irreversible change, something cannot be changed back to its original form. Transformation of ice into water and water into ice is a reversible physical change because we can easily transform ice into water and vice water into ice easily just by changing its state and without creating any new material. Let us see some more examples of physical change. Breaking of a glass object on falling from a height is a physical change because when a glass object breaks, no new substance with different chemical properties is formed. After breaking also, glass remains glass. Only it gets crushed into pieces. The evaporation of water is also a physical change. When water evaporates, it changes from the liquid state to the gaseous state. But it is still water. It has not changed into any other substance. Size of naphtha balls gets reduced when it is exposed to air by the process of sublimation. It is definitely a physical change since no new substance is formed in this process. Only transformation of state occurs from solid to gaseous. Chemical change occur due to chemical reaction. In chemical change, composition of the matter changes and that change remains permanent. Chemical change is also called as irreversible change because in chemical change, something cannot be changed back to its original form. For example, milk turned into curd. It is a chemical change because in this process, lactobacillus bacteria produce lactic acid from lactose which is present in the milk, and the conversion takes place by fermentation process. Formation of curd from milk is an irreversible change because the product so obtained can't be changed to its original form. Once the milk gets changed into curd, we cannot change it back to the milk. Cooking of food is a chemical change since it involves changes in the chemical composition of food. Heating of food and adding ingredients such as oil, butter, baking powder, etc. results in the breaking down of chemical substances present in the food and formation of new chemical substances. After cooking, the raw ingredients or the vegetables cannot be regained again. Ripening of fruit is a chemical change because during ripening chemical composition of fruit changes, and once a fruit ripens, it cannot turn raw again. Digestion of food in stomach is a chemical change. Digestion is a process where food nutrients such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and other materials are broken into a simpler substances with release of energy. New substances are formed during the process of digestion. The staining of Shabadi tiles by lemon juice is a chemical change. It is a chemical change because the acid present in the lemon juice reacts with the calcium carbonate present in the Shabadi tile and produces carbon dioxide. In this process, the surface of the tiles gets stained permanently and no amount of cleaning will remove that stain. A chemical reaction is a process in which some substances undergo bond breaking and are transformed into new substances by formation of new bonds. A chemical reaction is represented by writing a chemical equation. For example, the reaction of formation of carbon dioxide gas by combustion of coal in air can be represented as C plus O2 gives CO2. Here, coal and oxygen are called as reactants as these are the substances taking part in chemical reaction. CO2, that is carbon dioxide, is the product of this reaction because it is formed as a result of reaction between coal and oxygen. Therefore, reactants can be defined as the substances taking part in chemical reaction. Product can be defined as the substances formed as a result of chemical reaction. Let us study some chemical reactions. When calcium carbonate, which is also called as limestone, is heated strongly, it breaks down into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. When zinc dust is added to the copper sulfate solution, the blue color of copper sulfate solution changes to colorless due to formation of zinc sulfate. When potassium chromate solution is added to the solution of barium sulfate, a yellow precipitate of barium chromate is formed as shown in the picture. When sodium carbonate solution is mixed with calcium chloride solution, a white precipitate of calcium carbonate is observed. Students, all these reactions we will study with respect to their types in next module. Let us look at a chemical reaction which we have already seen in previous slide. A colorless solution of zinc sulfate is formed on addition of zinc dust to the blue solution of copper sulfate. This chemical reaction can be written in words as aqueous solution of copper sulfate plus zinc dust gives aqueous solution of zinc sulfate plus copper. This simple way of representing a chemical reaction in words is called a word equation. A word equation can be written in a further condensed form by using chemical formulae as CuSO4 plus Zn gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. The representation of a chemical reaction in a condensed form using chemical formulae is called as the chemical equation. In this reaction, copper sulfate and zinc are the reactants. They react with each other to form copper particles and a solution of colorless zinc sulfate as the product. We have seen that a chemical reaction can be represented as a word equation and a chemical equation. Let us see the conventions followed while writing a chemical equation. In a chemical equation, the reactants are written on the left hand side while the products are written on the right hand side. An arrow heading towards the product is drawn in between them. This arrow indicates the direction of the reaction. For example, in a given chemical equation, CuSO4 and Zn are the reactants and are written on the left hand side of the chemical equation. ZnSO4 and Cu are the products and hence they are written on the right hand side of the chemical equation, and an arrow heading towards the products is drawn in between them. If the reactants or products are two or more, they are linked with a plus sign in between them. For example, in the given equation, there are two reactants and two products. Therefore, a plus sign is drawn in between the reactants CuSO4 and Zn. Similarly, a plus sign is drawn in between the products ZnSO4 and Cu. To make the chemical equation more informative, the physical states of the reactants are indicated in the equation. In their gaseous, liquid and solid states are indicated by writing the letters G, L and S respectively in the brackets. When reactants and products are in the form of solution in water, they are said to be present in aqueous solution state. This state is indicated by putting the letters A, Q in brackets after their formula. For example, in a given chemical equation, CuSO4 and ZnSO4 are in the form of solution in water, which is indicated by writing the letters AQ in brackets after their formula. Zn is in the powder form and Cu is in the particle form, which is indicated by writing the letters small s in the bracket after their formula. In a chemical equation, if the product formed is in gaseous state, instead of G, it can be indicated by an arrow pointing upwards. For example, heating the limestone dries off carbon dioxide gas. It is indicated by putting an arrow pointing upward after the formula of carbon dioxide. In a chemical equation, if the product formed is insoluble solid or in the form of a precipitate, then instead of S, it can be indicated by an arrow pointing downwards. For example, reaction of sodium chloride solution with silver nitrate solution gives a white precipitate of silver chloride. This formation of precipitate is indicated by putting an arrow pointing downwards after the formula of silver chloride. In a chemical equation, when heat is to be given from outside to bring about a reaction, it is indicated by the sign of triangle written above the arrow indicating the direction of reaction. For example, in the reaction of heating of the limestone powder, the heat provided is indicated by putting the sign of triangle above the arrow that indicates the direction of reaction. In a chemical equation, the heat released during the reaction is indicated by writing heat after the products on the right hand side of the chemical equation. For example, heat released during the reaction between the aqueous solution of copper sulfate and zinc dust is indicated in chemical equation as CuSO4 plus Zn gives ZnSO4 plus Cu plus heat. To bring out some reactions, it is necessary to fulfill certain conditions like specific temperature, pressure, catalyst, etc. These conditions are indicated below or above the arrow indicating the direction of the reaction. For example, the reaction of a vegetable oil takes place at the temperature of 60 degrees Celsius with hydrogen gas in presence of the nickel catalyst. So, the chemical equation for this reaction can be represented as vegetable oil plus H2 gives vanaspati ghee. This reaction is carried out at the temperature of 60 degrees Celsius in presence of the nickel catalyst. So, these conditions are indicated by writing the temperature of 60 degree above the arrow and the name of the catalyst, that is nickel catalyst, below the arrow. In a chemical equation, special information of reactants or products is written below their formulae. Let us see the example. Copper on reaction with concentrated nitric acid gives reddish colored poisonous nitrogen dioxide gas. In this reaction, special information about the acid used is given. In this reaction, concentrated nitric acid is used. Therefore, the word concentrated is written in bracket below the formula of nitric acid. Let us see the second example. Copper on reaction with dilute nitric acid gives nitric oxide gas. Now here in this reaction, dilute nitric acid is used. Therefore, the word dilute is written in bracket below the formula of nitric acid. Let us see one activity which you have already studied in standard 9. Take sodium chloride solution in a conical flask and silver nitrate solution in a test tube. Insert the test tube carefully into the conical flask. Make the conical flask airtight by fitting a rubber cork. Weigh the conical flask with the help of a balance. Now tilt the conical flask and mix the solution present in the test tube with the solution in the conical flask. Weigh the conical flask again. You will find that the weight noted before mixing the solution is exactly equal to the weight noted after mixing the solution. After tilting the conical flask, silver nitrate solution in the test tube gets react with the sodium chloride solution in the flask and products gets formed. Let us write the word equation for this reaction. It can be represented as silver nitrate plus sodium chloride gives silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. Let us write the chemical equation. It can be written as AgNO3 plus NaCl gives white precipitate of AgCl plus NaNO3. Here you can see AgNO3 and NaCl are the reactants and AgCl and NaNO3 are the products of this reaction. Therefore, in this activity, we found that total mass of reactants is equal to the total mass of products. In a chemical reaction, the total weight of the reactant is same as the total weight of the products formed due to the chemical reaction, and this is called the law of conservation of matter. Students, matter cannot be created nor destroyed in chemical reaction. There is no rise or drop in the weight of matter during a chemical reaction. In every chemical reaction, the same mass of matter must end up in the products. A balanced chemical equation shows that mass is conserved in chemical reaction. We will learn more about balancing a chemical equation in next module. Thank you.